What's going on, everyone? Moose here, Cigars and Gear. Welcome to episode 3 of FAFA Friday. Man, been a good week. So today, I want to talk to you guys. We're going to continue on our FAFA project of self-defense and different ways that you can go about doing so. And if you're interested, I am smoking a Vegas Cubanas by Don Pepe Garcia. This is part of the My Father collection, and just an absolute amazing smoke, man. If you've never had a My Father cigar, especially anything in the Don Pepe line, this is where you need to be. All right, so oh man, I just really don't want to put it down. So today we're going to talk tasers. All right, so there are many pros to a taser. There are a few cons, and we're going to talk about all of those coming up next. All right, so here we have, this is the Taser Pulse. You can have these at taser.com. Our friends over at taser.com sent this to us to go ahead and review and bring to you guys. And we are still looking for a potential victim. Okay, not a victim. Somebody who's willing to be shot by a taser. I brought this to the attention of my doctor, and she highly recommended against it. I don't know. Something about my age, and I don't remember the rest. That's probably part of it. But we are going to bring you guys that video. So here's some interesting stuff. So taser.com, for those of you that do not know, is actually a company that is integrated with Axon, which is the company that makes all of the taser equipment for law enforcement, military, security forces all over the world. And this is more of a civilian model. This is a model that is smaller, more concealable, and there's one major difference to this over all the others, and we're going to talk about that in the near future real quick here. One thing about this is it does have interchangeable cartridges, so it does come with 2 cartridges. You can remove these. You don't even have to use them. It'll actually work just like a regular prong taser. Hold it against somebody, pull the trigger, ride the lightning, baby. I wish there wasn't copyright rules, because I'd love to have Metallica's Ride the Lightning going in the background right now. And darn it, man, if I freaking... we'll talk about that later. Maybe over on my TikTok. But, so, cool thing. So, these shoot approximately 15 feet. This is a great defense tool for keeping somebody at bay. However, one downfall about these is if you're wearing thick clothing. I don't happen to have a jacket out here right now, but let's just say that technically I had maybe some of one of my plate carriers on. If your intended target has a plate carrier, good luck. I mean, it's possible that you could get those prongs to travel around them, but probably not. I guess maybe if you tried to shoot him in the legs, maybe, or her in the legs, maybe, but probably not. A thick, like Carhartt jacket, something like a big wintry Carhartt jacket. We're still talking, I'm not really sure that it would actually puncture those and make a good connection. A hoodie, yeah, for the most part. Most hoodies, no problem. T-shirts, no problem whatsoever. But the other thing is it could be multiple layers. So there are limitations. Don't make any mistake about it. And those limitations actually even hold over to when we spoke about the Burna pepper ball launchers, right? If you're shooting a pepper ball at somebody, or even a hard nylon ball at somebody, and they're wearing a bunch of thick clothing, is it going to hurt? It could, But at that point, aiming for the body is no longer an option with one of those. I mean, there's other places to aim. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, though, this is a great defense option. Now, what makes this different than the other options out there? Well, let me show you. Let me take this out so I don't accidentally shoot myself on camera or the wall or whatever else. Something about, pull the trigger, bang, shoot myself in the arm, and blah, you watch Moose fall to the ground. Yes, I know you guys are laughing now, and I would probably laugh in hindsight, and I would not cut it out of the video, but let's try not to. But here's the cool thing about this Taser. Being a civilian model, this is actually intended to be a shoot and go, right? And what do I mean by that? The majority of tasers out there have between a 3-second and, let's say, 10-second ride the lightning time, right? You pull the trigger one time, that's how long it'll shock for, then it resets, and the only way to get it to happen again is pull the trigger again. Not with the Taser Pulse. This is a 30-second ride. So you take the safety off, the light and the laser come on, you pull the trigger. Okay, you get the point. 30 seconds, right? You can shut it off by simply pulling the safety and putting the safety back on, and then releasing the safety resets it so it'll go again. There is actually a charging light in the back here, if you guys can see that. I don't want to point it at my face because it'd be my luck. Just tell me. But you can see the light is green. That means the battery's got plenty of power. It'll get, I think it turns yellow when it's getting close to being discharged. And you can actually replace the batteries on these. The bottom cover just simply slides off. And you can see that there is a battery pack here. I do not know if this is rechargeable. Bro, I can't read squat, man. I'm old. I think it says it might explode if you try to recharge it. So, but you can buy the Axon packs for it. So you can get those, I think, on their website or maybe even Amazon. I haven't looked. But you can buy replacement battery packs. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, one of the models that they have actually has rechargeables. And I think it might be more like the law enforcement versions would have that. Now, once again, this is intended to shoot, drop, and run, right? That is the idea behind this. Is you arm this, you're being attacked, you have to defend yourself. Point, pull, they're riding the lightning, they fall on the ground, you drop the taser and you run away. Now, the very coolest part of any company, including Taser.com, is if you had to use this in a self-defense situation, once you're safe and everything else and you make a police report, you send them a copy of the police report. Guess what they do? They give you a new one. They send you a brand new one free of charge. Awesome. I think personally you can't ask for better customer service than a company that says, we're really glad that our products helped save your life or kept you from harm. So we want to make sure that in the future you're still in that place. So here's a brand new Taser. Awesome Taser.com. Awesome Axon for doing that. Now, I do want to talk about these two holsters that they sent. This one here is, and they're both made by Blade Tech. This is their outside the waistband locking. I'm going to be putting this probably on my wife's plate carrier so that if, in fact, she ever had to, she could simply just grab her taser, stick it into her, on her plate carrier and do what she had to do. But they are retention based. This is just a standard level 1 retention. There's no locking mechanism, no thumb release. It's simply tension, which is controlled by this screw here. But it does hold this taser in there very, very, very well. You cannot access the safety or the trigger once it's in this case. This clip can be moved to the other side for left-handed or right-handed people. And you can orient this clip sideways or vertically, so you can mount it on yourself this way, or however you want to do it, it can be adjusted. So very cool case, and you can get these directly from taser.com as well. Then we have the inside the waistband holder, which once again very cool. This simply rides in the inside waist. This goes through your belt and holds it down. And once again, it can be reversed to ride on the other side. This is essentially the exact same case as this, just with different mounting hardware. So my guess is also you could probably even, if you already had mounting hardware, you could maybe, I don't know what pattern you run, but you could do it that way. This also has adjustable ride height, so you can move this up and ride it lower or higher on your belt. These snaps are extremely heavy duty, and here's the crazy thing about these snaps. If I can get them snap back up, they're really hard to do. Ah. Okay. On these snaps, they actually have little dimples, and in the instructions, they actually tell you that you cannot unsnap it from the bottom. It won't happen. You have to do it from the dimpled side. So it's easy to unsnap from the dimpled side, kind of. I mean, well, it's easier, I should say. There you go. And then it snaps back in the same way, so bottom to top, okay? So once again, great retention inside your waistband, nice and, you could run it on a belly band. You could do anything you want to do. But great device. As a matter of fact, I believe that even the way that this is conformed, that even if for some reason this device fired, it would not actually allow it to fire because of it's blocking this front piece from coming off, okay? So something else to think about. But great product, right? And for those of us, like I said, for FAFA Fridays, this is all about self-defense. And we're going to talk about lethal as well. But I do get a lot of people that say to me, including members of my own family, that, listen, I really don't want to own or really kill anybody with a firearm, no matter what. I mean, seriously, this is, and listen, and I'm not here to judge you. If you're not comfortable with a firearm and you are not comfortable with, shooting a gun, then I'm not here to change your mind. But I am here to advise you that there are other options, right? There are other options. Now, in the case of, somebody wearing thicker clothing, I would have a backup plan. I would have a serious backup plan. Okay? Anything to defend yourself. It's not about the fact that I want to hurt somebody or that I feel like I have to live my life and hurt people. That is definitely the furthest thing from the truth. But when it comes to my house and my family and my son, my wife, my dogs, hell, my fish, I want to be able to prepare and prep to defend my household and my family. And that's what this is about. It's not even so much about defending me. I'm a pretty good sized feller. I'm not as worried as most people might think. But if it comes down to defending my son or my wife, I want my wife to be able to have an option, which I'm certain she's not afraid to shoot somebody if you were messing with her kid or me or even her. But just having an extra option is great. So this is an awesome offering from Taser.com. I definitely appreciate them, and you know, it's all good. So with that being said, hey, have a great week, and please, if you would, hit that subscribe button. It just helps out the channel. Hit that like button. Once again, helps out the channel. Share this video. That is the best way to help this channel. Help get me some more subscribers through other friends, especially those like-minded people that you know. And until next time, be good to each other, be good to yourself, and God bless.